What's up, guys? Shadow Wolf here, back once again with another stream. And today we're going to be doing what remains of Edith Finch. Apologies if there was a little bit of reverb back there. I do have the stream always up on the monitor to my left. Unfortunately, because I was watching Twitch earlier, it was still a bit loud, so it may have just reverberated around the stream somewhat. So I hope everyone's doing okay tonight. I am still a little bit sick, but I'm going to plow on. Minor chest infection, you know how it is, and hopefully we can get through this game. So what remains of Edith Finch is, I believe, a adventure game with some element of horror to it as well. So I have played this before quite a while ago. Can't remember too much about it, as always. But I remember it being very, very good, and it was something that was suggested for me to play again on the stream. So I thought I'd go ahead and do that. As of right now, because I'm making this up on the fly, we haven't decided. Well, I haven't decided what the next game is going to be. You may notice there's always a pattern, and the pattern is I will do usually about 2 horror games, and then I'll go in and do something a little bit different. Try and mix it up a little bit and keep it as fresh as possible. Now, we haven't decided what the next game is going to be. However, I have narrowed it down to a couple of selections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type them all out, and I'm going to basically let you guys vote on them, and we can go from there and we can see what people would like me to do. So I'm just typing them out at the moment, and then we can go from there, and I'll have a little bit of a vote, a little bit of viewer input, shall we go with that, and then we can go from there, and hopefully I can get a decision all boxed off. But this will be something a little bit different. It's more of a viewer's input, viewer's choice kind of thing. I'm happy to play any one of these games and go from there. So I've narrowed it down to five choices. It's only 5. So we can get those. I'm just typing out the 5th one now. Do you know what? It's one of those things when you type in on the stream and you always can't remember what your 5th choice was going to be. It's stupid. Do you know what? If I remember the 5th one, it can come in another day. These are the 4 that I would like you guys to have a think about and make a bit of a decision. Have a little bit of think yourselves. You don't have to put anything just to yet. You can have a think a little bit further down the stream. I will ask for further input a little later on, but they are your choices: 1, 2, 3, or 4. Any one of those is perfectly fine. I do know what the next non-horror game is going to be. There is a reason I haven't put it on the list. I think that was the 5th one, actually. And I will explain it as things go on. But without any further ado, let's get started, shall we? So I did actually tweet earlier on today about the game, and it is a game made by Giant Sparrow, who are kind of a small development studio. Where are we at? Oh, well, let's ignore all that, shall we? Because that is my save data from the last game. Whoops. I can't see any choices. I've typed. Can no one see those? Yeah, so this is what remains of Edith Finch anyway. Paradise T, let me know if you can't see anything. Anyone else in the chat, can you see the choices? I'm sure I typed them in. I can read them out for you if you prefer. But I can't actually move from here. make sure I can... Oh no, I can move. There we go. Oh.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Let me know if it is a little bit too quiet. So yeah, that is the weirdest looking house I've ever seen.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
So left trigger is zoom. Don't know what right trigger is. I don't know if that's like some sort of run or anything, but right trigger is action. The action button. I can, but if you come out of the stream, the chat wipes, so never a good option for you to type something. Okay, alright.
Marked urgent.
So,
open immediately.
The choices we've got. Number 1 is Mirror's Edge, which is an old 360 title. Number 2 is South Park Stick of Truth. Number 3 is the Tomb Raider reboot. And number 4 will be going back to PlayStation with Detroit Become Human. So it's 1, 2, 3 or 4. Well, yeah, have a think. If you'd like me to, if you'd like me to remind you of any sort of choices. Oh, that's kind of cool. I know the words all over the floor with the gate. Yeah, if you need me to remind you of anything.
Inner will. My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know.
Then we can do.
Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
So yeah, apologies if you can hear me coughing a little bit. I'm still trying to get over the back end of this this chest infection, unfortunately. So my voice might sound a little bit deeper than usual.
This way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Can you see hoof prints? I can't see hoof prints. I don't see hoof prints, but I definitely see a deer. Is that a deer or is that an elk? See, if you watch the last stream, you'll know.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
I do like the...
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
I like the design of the subtitles, because it's kind of like it's not in the way, it's part of the game itself and the scenery. So that's kind of cool. I like things like that. I like it when they do it in credits with films as well. So yeah, this is the strangest house you'll ever did see.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I can hear bells, so that's a bad sign, right? Why are you crawling in through the cat flap?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Why did you crawl through that? Why? Oh well.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
See, you hear bells, you're gonna follow it, and then when you follow the bells, you end up crawling through a doggy door. That makes no sense. Or would it be a cat flap?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
This is a very that's what I'm looking for. It's a very well read family house.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Or, you know, a house with too many books.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Well, I mean, they don't even have a TV stand, do they? Is the TV stacked on books? I mean, I like the table. I mean, the table's quite cool. Do I have to do something here?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
How many people lived in this house? And why is there expanding foam on a door?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Okay. So it seems like they just packed up and left.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Should we get in the Stenner? Can we sit in the Stenner stair lift?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
I mean, that's one way of doing it. Sven and Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
So Sven passed away, was that aged... Is that 49? And Edie passed away age 93. Calvin, he died when he was 11.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
He shared a room with his dead brother Calvin. What was he still in the room while he was dead? And he was, bloody hell, he was only 1.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
And yet he seemed to live in the bathroom. I assume that they're just there to like basically memory and things. Maybe that was his room before it got turned into a bathroom. I forgot how much I enjoyed this game.
I spent a lot of time playing
It's
in
been a
Great
while
Uncle
for me.
Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Oh, we got a book here.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And we have a use for the key.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
See, I'm not being funny, but you are going to notice that there's a book there randomly hovering on
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's kind of cool. So this is obviously Molly's room.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time
Molly
here
was only
before
what,
my
10?
mom sealed the doors.
Is this like the Winchester Mansion? Probably.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh dear. Why is the gerbil highlighted? Oh, the gerbil food. I mean,
The
yeah.
gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
You just don't eat the gerbil, right?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
But I'm hungry now. Oh, there's a fish bowl.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh, thanks for the follows to the bang. Much appreciated, thank you. What is going on? Yeah, don't eat the goldfish. Can you get here?
I kept eating and eating.
You're just going to eat toothpaste.
I ate a lot of things that night.
No wonder you died. You're eating random berries. Everyone knows that ain't good.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Please don't eat the bird.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
You transformed
I was a
into a cat. What is going on?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Because you're a cat, idiot. Well,
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
what? Okay.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Yeah,
Now
but
I was
okay.
up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
I don't think your father also took into account you would turn into a cat.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I
Okay.
heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Teeth nibbling in the grass. Okay.
Rabbits.
Oh, I see them.
I imagined his face looking
Oh,
at
for
me
the love of
and seeing mine
Jesus.
in my talons. I swallowed him up,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Like what? Welcome to Nature Simulator 2020.
A mama rabbit.
I mean, we can go for it if you want.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
have you never learned to just chew slowly?
I was a shark.
In a tree? Oh. Okay, I'm controlling this, alright, fair enough. I was controlling most things, to be honest, but...
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
You can imagine it. Why did you crash your car, sir? Well,
Hungrier
there was a
than
shark in the middle of the road. Hungrier than ever. Well, you are a shark. Dun 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 dun.
Juicy seals.
But where did the seal go? Dun 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 dun.
I tore off her flipper and it tasted really good.
You love the shark bit. Is that because of your known phobia of sharks? Dun 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 dun.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh dear. I'm some sort of octo squid.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
See, you can't call an octopus a monster, let's be honest. It's out of the way.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Okay. It's more like a snake thing. Well, it's an octopus, surely. Either that or I've turned into Cthulhu, you know?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Let me in. Let me in. What shall I do with a drunken sailor? Gonna eat his corpse. How far can this thing go? Oh, that's it. Wow, okay, that's a lot of movement. Come hither.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry.
How are you still
Across
hungry?
the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Uh-huh.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Do I have to pull myself forward or not? I guess not. I mean, I'm not being funny, but if I saw that thing coming out of the toilet, I don't think my house would be standing anymore. Boy, they're coming for you.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it It's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Okay. That child obviously has issues.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Well, are we supposed to believe she got eaten by a squid? Or some sort of snake?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people
apologies.
Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
This is very pink.
It was a pretty big trace.
Oh, we've got another key. There's a secret in this bathroom. Well, I mean, if you're trying to be, like, inconspicuous, that's not the way to do it, right?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.